Shot and beautiful. Wyson.
It's time for high school sports right here on your home for local sports, the NCWLIFE Channel. Today's broadcast is brought to you by Biosports Physical Therapy, Charter College, Confluence Health, Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, Global Car Care, Harvest Valley Pest Control, Les Schwab, One Way Construction, Rivercom 911, Save Mart, and Sangster Motors. And now let's get ready for high school sports. It starts now on your local TV station, the NCWLIFE Channel.
Shot into the bar. Go, 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 go.
Well, we've had a venue change, eventful weather, but regardless, we're going to still have baseball here this afternoon between Wenatchee and Eastmont. Hi, everyone. I'm Joel Norman, and thank you for joining us here on the NCWLIFE Channel this afternoon. From Recreation Park, we bring you Eastmont versus Wenatchee in a game that was originally set to be played over at Dan White Field, but as I mentioned, a little bit of inclement weather changing things up. If you woke up here in the Wenatchee Valley this morning, you noticed there was snow all throughout. Now, much of that has melted. We had a little bit of rain and even a little bit of hail this afternoon, but we will have baseball. As you can see right now, we've got pretty much clear skies over Rec Park, and the sun is even shining, so baseball is on the horizon. Eastmont and Wenatchee are both two teams off to starts this season that they would probably say they didn't want to be in at this point, but here we are with a lot of games left in the season, and there's a lot of opportunity for both teams to improve, and they're hoping to do it here in this rivalry matchup this afternoon. It'll be the first of 3 games between the two teams this week, with, of course, all of them coming here at Rec Park because of the move. The other 2 games will be this Friday, again here at Rec Park, with Wenatchee as the home team for those. Because of the venue change, Eastmont is the home team this afternoon, so we'll see how that works into things here at Recreation Park. Settle in and enjoy this one. We'll have first pitch coming up right around the corner. Thanks for tuning in here today with us on the NCWLIFE Channel.
Come on, I'm a certified technician. I was trained to take good care of you.
9. I've only been to the dealer.
I've been coming here for years. These guys are great.
Look around. The BMW, the Jag, the Volvo, they're all waiting for regular service. Well, the BMW has a little computer issue, but that's nothing we can't handle. Come on in.
From regular maintenance to computer troubleshooting, trust the Global Car Care technicians with your import, diesel-powered, or domestic vehicle. Global Car Care. They speak your car's language.
Dankeschön.
Are you dealing with a pest or weed issue and you just don't know what to do?
We use the best pest control methods approved for areas with kids and pets.
Whether it's rats, mice, ants, or spiders,
or something else altogether,
we provide the coaching and solutions you're looking for.
And you can know that your dollars are supporting a local, family-owned and operated business.
Allow us to help you get back to living healthy and pest-free. Harvest Valley Pest Control.
We're back here on the NCWLIFE Channel getting this afternoon's contest between Wenatchee and Eastmont. I'm Joel Norman, and we're joined by the head coach of the Panthers, Josh Irvin. Josh, you're in your first season here with Wenatchee. You guys didn't get off to quite the start you wanted initially, but you've been on a nice little roll recently. What do you think's really changed?
A lot of it has to do with the players just getting accustomed to the new coaching staff, getting a hold of the concepts that we're teaching, and then just rolling with it, building confidence and continuing to play as a team and just build every time we're out.
You mentioned a new coaching staff. You've been with the program, though, in recent years here. Do you think that kind of helps when there's coaching change?
I think there's a little bit of familiarity there. Most of the boys know my personality and the bar that I set. Bringing in Mark Brownlee and Neil Safley was really huge for us. Great baseball guys. And for the guys to start trusting them early as they did really helped us get to where we're at right now.
We've got a bit of a venue change, obviously. This game was set to be played at Dan White Field. Instead, we're going to go from Recreation Park. Obviously, you guys aren't the home team today, but you, in a way, kind of have a home field advantage. When did you find out about the change here today? And is this something that you're kind of looking forward to, but you'd rather play at home?
Yeah, I got a call from Jim Beeson, our athletic director, today about 1 o'clock, asking me what I thought about changing venues. And my response to him was, wherever we can play baseball, let's get that done. So as far as it being an advantage, I mean, it's always nice being home, but, spring in Wenatchee, you never know where you're going to be, and you've got to be mentally prepared wherever it is. So we're happy to be here today. The weather's getting back to where it's nice and baseball weather. So we're happy to be here.
Yeah, it's better than when we arrived at the park, that's for sure.
Absolutely.
On the mound for you today is Tyler Skyleman.
Yep.
You mentioned he had some injuries earlier this season. What's really impressed you about him since he's come back from injury?
Yeah, Tyler's a tough kid. Mentally, he's put together, and so the injury was a physical injury for him. So overcoming the physical part of it, it takes a little bit of doing. But like I said, he's a mentally tough kid, very stable, and just ready to go. He's a competitor.
You're playing Eastmont this afternoon for the first time this season. We'll see him again Friday. You've done your homework, though. What are some things to watch for against them today?
Yeah, well, they're well coached. Darren Hoff's a baseball guy, and so knowing that much, they're going to play fundamental baseball. That means that we have to execute defensively on the offensive part. They know that they're going to throw strikes. We know offensively we've got to be ready to hit, ready to go.
Absolutely. Well, Josh, best of luck this afternoon. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much.
We'll be back with more in a moment here on the NCWLIFE Channel.
Are you a take charge kind of person? Consider a career as a health unit coordinator. You'll work to keep health facilities running efficiently by coordinating medical providers, patients, and departments. The Charter College Certificate in Health Unit Coordinator program can get you up to speed on basic patient care, health records management, health and safety procedures, and medical billing. And the 10-month online program includes a computer you keep. Get started at chartercollege.edu, where we work to get you to work.
When your heating or cooling system is giving you trouble, call the diagnostic doctor from Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning.
Here's the culprit right here.
All joking aside, when you call Dick's, you're calling 35 years of experience at customer service right here in the Wenatchee Valley. Dick's strongly believes in repairing before replacing, and they service all major brands of HVAC units.
Getting set for some afternoon baseball here on the NCWLIFE Channel. I'm Joel Norman, back once again as we get set for Wenatchee versus Eastmont. We're joined now by the head coach of Eastmont, Darren Hoff. And Darren, you guys are looking to pick up a big win against your rivals, the Panthers, here today. What's going to be the biggest key to success for taking the win?
We're looking to pick up our first win, Joel. So we hope to just do the normal stuff. We got to throw strikes, we got to play catch, put the ball in play, and hopefully just do it a little bit better than those guys over there are wearing purple.
Obviously, you'd like to have a few more wins at this point, but what are some things you've liked at this point from your team that you think you guys can kind of build on?
Well, the opportunity has come to a couple of young guys to get plenty of playing time, and now it's up to them. Either they keep it or they don't, and it's always good for the young guys to get that shot, and they're taking advantage of it so far. It'll get better.
What's that like, trying to be, in a lot of ways, patient with a younger squad? You had some older players when you came in last year, but now you're kind of grooming guys a little bit. Is it kind of about trusting the process?
Well, absolutely. It's like coaching PE or teaching math or whatever it is. Sometimes you have high-level classes, sometimes you have low-level. You just got to bring the kids along, and that's the joy of it, is seeing that growth, and that's pretty much why we do it.
Obviously, today's game got moved over from Eastmont over here. You guys are still the home team, and now we get the great weather. What are some?
You're welcome, by the way.
Yeah, there we go. Of course. What are some advantages that maybe come from playing here with the turf here today?
Oh, gosh. You just take out some variables, lets people settle down a little bit, even though you're not too familiar with it, perhaps, but it's always going to be a little bit cleaner. And just looking for a clean game. The kids get to play free. Let them just lay it all on the line. That's all we're looking for.
Awesome. Darren, best of luck today. Thanks for joining us.
Very good. Thank you, Joel.
That was Darren Hoff, the head coach of Eastmont, and we'll be back in a moment with first pitch between Wenatchee and Eastmont right here on the NCWLIFE Channel.
News, weather, and sports. It's all here weekdays at 5, 6, and 10 on your local news source, the NCWLIFE Channel.
And we welcome you to Rec Park for first pitch between Wenatchee versus Eastmont. Getting started just a little bit early here at 3:56 p.m. as the first pitch of the game comes in. That's going to drop down. Looks like a little bit low for ball one. I'm Joel Norman with you here. Wenatchee is the road team. Eastmont is the home team, despite this game being played at Rec Park. Second offering is a swing and a miss. Tyler Skyleman leading things off against Tyson Mosseth. Mosseth, the right-hander on the hill for Eastmont. Skyleman will pitch as well, so getting a go against his mound counterpart to begin this one as he lofts this one in the air to shallow left field. Coming in a little bit is the left fielder Leonard, and he'll make the grab for out number one. So 3 pitches into this one, a pop out to left field to open up the game. And Wenatchee and Eastmont, their first game of this season. Last year, it was Eastmont taking 2 of 3 games against the Panthers. This year, though, the Wildcats are looking to pick up their first victory of the season. They enter today 0-8, including 0-6 in Big 9 play. First offering from Mosseth is a little bit outside to Connor Christensen, the third baseman, stepping up to the plate for the Panthers. Christensen entering today's game, hitting .312 on the season, has scored 10 runs, one of 3 Panthers with double-digit runs scored. As he takes a strike, it's 1-1. Mosseth on the hill, though, for Eastmont on the season, appearing in now his 7th game of the season, or beg your pardon, his 5th, as this one is swung on and lofted to right field. Over a couple of steps to his right is Babs, then he'll make the grab. So a couple of pop-outs to open up this game. And 2 away here in the top of the first inning. Wenatchee batting, again, despite this being at Rec Park. The originally scheduled game was set to get started at 4 p.m., over at Dan White Field in East Wenatchee. And as you might be able to tell from our camera angles, there's a lot of fog and perhaps even rain in that direction right now. I'm sure some of that will come our way as well. First offering is in there for a strike. Luke Byer, the catcher, batting against Tyson Mosseth. Getting this one started here. No score, top of the first inning. The right-hander's second offering is a little bit low, skips away from the catcher Whitehall. No harm, no foul, no one on the base paths. A couple of pop-outs, one to left from Tyler Skyleman, and another by Connor Christensen to right field to open up this game. Byer trying to be the first Wenatchee base runner of the game. Takes outside, 2 balls and 1 strike. Byer entering today hitting .444 on the season, 6 extra base hits. Also has stolen 9 bags, despite being a catcher showing off a bit of speed. Takes down low, moves the count to 3 balls and 1 strike. Looking to draw his 10th walk of the season right here. Byer batting from the left side was 4 for 10 with a couple of doubles and 3 runs scored against Eastmont in the 3 games last year. He'll take outside for ball 4, and he will hit double digits in walks as he gets a free pass to head over to first base. I'll bring up Hayden Score, the designated hitter for Wenatchee. Schooler stepping up to the plate with 1 on and 2 outs. Today's broadcast is being brought to you by Biosports Physical Therapy. Find them online at biosports.net. Open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Mosseth going from the stretch for the first time today. Byer off of first base. And there's a check on him with a toss over to first base. A little bit of hooting and hollering from both dugouts. Wenatchee is led by first-year head coach Josh Irvin. Darren Hoff in his 2nd season at the helm for Eastmont, as Mosseth deals a little bit high for ball 1. The first offering to Hayden Schooler. Schooler's having himself a fine season for Wenatchee so far. .382 batting average, 6 doubles, and 15 runs driven in. Byer takes off. A little bit of a hesitation on a throw. He will get in well ahead of that throw with a stolen base. As Byer moves into scoring position now, 2 outs. Schooler at the plate, batting from the left side. Back-to-back left-handed hitters for Wenatchee after they began with the right-handed hitting Skyleman and Christensen. On deck for the Panthers is the right fielder Evan Smith. He'll bat from the right side. Mosseth in a bit of a jam. Got the first 2 outs easily. Now the runner at second. This ball is swung on, hit back into the cage behind home plate. Schooler fouling that one away. Schooler has already committed to Big Bend Community College. His senior year here with the Panthers, one of 6 seniors on this team for Wenatchee. Here's a turn and throw to second base, and Byer is back ahead of the throw. Well, defensively for Eastmont, Leonard is in left, Richards in center, Babston right. On the infield, Singleton at third, Llewellyn at short, Smith at second, Schneider at first, and Whitehall is catching for Mosseth. Right-hander deals. Just misses the inside edge of the strike zone, so that'll be a ball. Wenatchee trying to get some two-out offense here as Hayden Schooler bats with Luke Byer at second base after a walk and a stolen bag. Mosseth will step off after taking a quick glance at him. Two teams will do it again this coming Friday. That game will be over right here, actually, at Recreation Park. Doubleheader with the first game getting started at 4 p.m. Swing and a tapper to the first base side, and Mosseth will watch as that one goes just past the line. It'll go for a foul ball. Cool day here in the Wenatchee Valley, 43 degrees, overcast skies. You'll see the sun poke through every once in a while. Right now we've got a little bit of fog passing through town. Had a chance during our pregame discussions with both head coaches to get a little bit of sunshine poking through, and Darren Hoff was happy to take credit as we got a little bit of sun right on us as he and I were chatting. But shortly after that, and you'd probably be happy to hear after that, it started getting a little bit cloudy and darker again. This pitch is outside for ball 4. And Schooler will head over to first base. Back-to-back walks for Tyson Mosseth after getting a pair of pop-outs to begin the ball game. And the Panthers bat with runners at first and second and 2 outs. And Evan Smith, the right fielder, stepping up to the dish now. Eastmont enters today looking to get its first victory of the season. There's a turn and a toss back to second. Not quite in time. Byer just barely back ahead. He did steal a bag earlier this inning. That was his 10th stolen base of the season. Wenatchee is sitting at 7-4, beg your pardon. It's 7-2 in Big 9 play, 7-4 overall. Got off to a little bit of a slow start. They began by losing 4 of their first 5 games of the season, but they have won 6 straight wins since then. Smith pops this one up on the infield. Mosseth will be called off. And it'll be Schneider taking over and grabbing that one for the out. And that will retire the side here in the first inning. A pair of 2-out walks for the Panthers, but they strand both runners. No score with the Wildcats coming up to bat in just a moment after these messages here on the NCWLIFE Channel.
The new Hummer EV is everything you want in an all-electric vehicle. It's powerful, reliable, comfortable, and will take you anywhere you want to go, on-road or off. Why buy one of those lesser EVs when you can have one that uses them for traction? Order your Hummer pickup or SUV today from Sangster Motors, batteries included.
Hi folks, welcome to Save Mart. How can we help you today?
We're looking for a recliner.
Okay, right this way. Go ahead and move this chase on the other side. You can just
Great, I want that one. I like that one.
That's a great choice.
And I want this one as well.
Okay.
And I definitely want this one.
You'll find it at Save Mart. Full service at a low, low price.
Heading into the bottom of the first inning here from Recreation Park, I'm Joel Norman with you, bringing you the action of the rivalry matchup, Wenatchee versus Eastmont. First of 3 games this week between the two teams. Now, Wenatchee in the first inning got a little bit of action with 2 outs after pop-outs by Tyler Skyleman and Connor Christensen to left field and right field, respectively. Luke Byer and Hayden Schooler drew back-to-back walks, but Evan Smith popped down on the infield to end the inning. And now we head to the bottom of the first inning. And the aforementioned Skyleman will toe the rubber here. Appearing in his 4th game of the season, his 3rd as a starter on the mound. He's tossed 8 1/3 innings, struck out 12, walked 4, has a 2.52 ERA and a 1.08 WHIP for the walks and hits allowed per innings pitched. So Skyleman is already off to a solid start on the mound, trying to continue that here. But as we mentioned, Eastmont is looking for their first victory of the season and looking to see if they can get it in a pseudo-home game. They are the home team today, of course, playing across the Columbia River here, though, in town here at Wenatchee. This game was originally set to be played over at Dan White Field. As the first pitch from Skyleman misses for ball one. Today's broadcast is being brought to you by Charter College. They work to get you to work. Find out about how to enroll today at chartercollege.edu. Second offering is a fastball from Tyler Skyleman in there for a strike, going up against Logan Schneider, who leads things off for the Panthers. Beg your pardon, for the Wildcats here. The Panthers couldn't get anything going in that top of the first inning, and now Eastmont's stepping up, trying to get the game's first run as Skyleman misses a little bit low. On the rest of the infield, taking a look, Luke Byer is the catcher. Preston Brownlee over at first base. Joe Skyleman at second base. Isaac England at short. Swing and a miss for strike three. As Schneider is retired for the first down here in the bottom of the first inning. Still no score yet between Wenatchee and Eastmont. Continuing the defensive alignment, Connor Christensen, the third baseman. And in the outfield left to right, it goes James Butler, followed up in center field. Oh, beg your pardon. By Davin Treefry, and then over in right field by Evan Smith. Now stepping up, batting from the left side is Cooper Richards for Eastmont. Playing over in center field, as we mentioned. Swings at the second offering, pops it up behind the dish. Byer removes the mask. It'll go just over the fence and into the seating area, bouncing up just below the press box. And we mentioned a little bit cloudy, overcast. We'll see how much the wind plays a factor today. 6-mile-per-hour winds coming out of the west at first pitch. Skyleman's ready with the 0-1 offering to Richards, the center fielder for the Wildcats today. Right-hander fires just a bit outside. Cooper Richards hitting .276, 2 doubles, 4 runs driven in this season. Had himself a pretty good game against Wenatchee last year as he swings, connects on this one, hits it over toward the second baseman, Skyleman. And we'll toss over to first base to Brownlee to retire Richards, and quickly 2 away here in the first inning. So we'll talk about that outing that Richards had last year. I mentioned it was Eastmont claiming 2 of 3 games last year against Wenatchee. Started off on April 20th. Eastmont victory in a slugfest between the two squads, a 16-10 victory. This pitch is down a little bit low to Michael Singleton. That was a 16-10 Eastmont victory in that game, as this one is swung on. Popped up just past the second baseman, Joe Skyleman, who realized it's coming toward him, but he is called off at the last moment by Smith. And that will retire the side in order here in the bottom of the first inning. No score yet through 1 inning of play. Wenatchee and Eastmont here at Rec Park. And it's all coming to you right here on the NCWLIFE Channel. We'll be back in just a moment.
Hello, my name is Brian Brett, the Fire Chief for Chelan County Fire District 1, and I just wanted to talk about how amazing our Rivercom team is. They are intentional, purposeful, and skillful in everything they do, and they are the best at what they do. How they prepare, how they handle the caller, how they coordinate the emergency services, and how they push themselves to be the best. This is the kind of spirit that our Rivercom telecommunicators have. Our community needs you, we need you, we admire you, you're our lifeline.
First pitch to Isaac England, the shortstop, misses a little bit outside. Second inning of work for Tyson Mosseth. Mosseth is also batting 7th in the order, so we might get a chance to see him in the bottom of the second inning as this one is popped up over to first base, easily handled by Schneider. And there's one away here in the top of the second inning. No score yet between Wenatchee and Eastmont here from Rec Park. Joel Norman with you on the NCWLIFE Channel. No hits yet for either team as well. Wenatchee stranded a couple of runners in the top of the first inning after a pair of 2-out walks, but was unable to cash in. Swinging at the first pitch and popping it down the third baseline, Joe Skyleman, but it's handled over by Michael Singleton, and quickly back-to-back pitches lead to pop-outs, and there are 2 away here in the second inning. Singleton kind of tiptoeing the line between fair and foul territory, moved back just behind the third base bag and was able to grab that one. 2 away and a nice start to the second for Mosseth, similar to how he started the first inning. He got a pair of pop-outs to open up. Here's a over to the shortstop, and that'll be gobbled up by Llewellyn, flipped to first, and it's a 4-pitch second inning for Tyson Mosseth. Nice work to retire the side. No score through an inning and a half. Quick top of the second. We'll be back with the bottom of the second in a moment, right here on the NCWLIFE Channel.
Are you dealing with a pest or weed issue and you just don't know what to do?
We use the best pest control methods approved for areas with kids and pets.
Whether it's rats, mice, ants, or spiders,
or something else altogether.
We provide the coaching and solutions you're looking for.
And you can know that your dollars are supporting a local, family-owned and operated business.
Allow us to help you get back to living healthy and pest-free. Harvest Valley Pest Control.
The road can be a crazy place. Uh-oh! That's why Les Schwab Tires fixes brakes, steering, and more. And those guys don't. Keep driving. I'm just glad Les Schwab puts my safety first, so I can backseat drive with confidence.
At the Les Schwab Spring Tire Sale, save up to $150 when you buy select tires with financing. Les Schwab Tires, celebrating 70 years of doing the right thing.
Well, we go to the bottom of the second inning after a 4-pitch top of the second. Tyson Mosseth with some nice work on the hill. Just needed 4 pitches to get a pair of pop-outs and a ground out to the left side as we head into bottom half of the second with Eastmont stepping up to the plate. Kellen Leonard swings at the first pitch and fouls that one away over his dugout, first base side. Everyone kind of holds their breath as it bounces off a couple of cars just outside first base side. Second offering, a nice breaking ball that drops in for a strike. No balls and 2 strikes the count. Kellen Leonard, the cleanup hitter and left fielder this afternoon, takes strike 3 as he's retired on 3 pitches. And Tyler Skyleman gets his second strikeout of the ball game. First one was to Logan Schneider to open up the bottom of the first. And once again to open up an inning, it's Leonard being retired this time. Colin Bapp stepping up to the plate. Right fielder digging in. Right-hander Tyler Skyleman set, deals, and misses for a ball. First ball of the inning after 3 straight strikes against Leonard. Began the at-bat aggressively by fouling the first pitch off, took a strike, and then took another one to be retired. This one is swung on, fouled off. Might have caught the leg of the catcher Byer, but handled. Moves the count to 1 ball and 1 strike. Baps batting from the right side, hitting .250 early on in this season. Skyleman deals a little bit off speed that time, and a swing and a miss by Babst. 1 ball and 2 strikes the count. As the right-hander comes set, and the Wenatchee Valley College commit delivers another off-speed delivery, swung on and missed for strike 3. Back-to-back punch-outs for Tyler Skyleman. And 2 of his 3 strikeouts so far today have come here in the second inning. Looking to see if he can retire the side in order. He takes on Jet Llewellyn, trying to be the first base runner of the day for Eastmont. Each of their first 5 hitters have been retired. Swings at the first pitch, hits it right back to the pitcher Skyleman, who underhands over to first base to Brownlee, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for the second straight time for Tyler Skyleman. Off to the races in this one, but still no score through 2 innings between Wenatchee and Eastmont. Back with a third in a moment on the NCWLIFE Channel.
My name is Brian Thorpe. I own Global Car Care in Wenatchee and have been here for about 25 years.
Brian started Global Car Care as Brian's automotive alternative on Orondo Street.
Some customers were following Brian since Brian's automotive time.
No, we're just grateful to be part of this community. This is where I grew up. We want to do our part to be a valuable part of this community. We want to thank you for trusting our business for 25 years.
Are you dealing with a pest or weed issue and you just don't know what to do?
We use the best pest control methods approved for areas with kids and pets.
Whether it's rats, mice, ants, or spiders,
or something else altogether.
We provide the coaching and solutions you're looking for.
And you can know that your dollars are supporting a local, family-owned and operated business.
Allow us to help you get back to living healthy and pest-free. Harvest Valley Pest Control.
No score yet between Wenatchee and Eastmont as we head to the top of the third inning. Nice work on the mound from Tyler Skyleman. Struck out 2 for his back-to-back, second consecutive, 1-2-3 inning. But he's also taking on another solid pitcher today. Tyson Mosseth has faced 8 hitters and retired all but 2 of them so far. No runs allowed for him either, including a 4-pitch second inning. So early on, a battle of the pitchers so far as this pitch is swung on, tiptoeing the first base line. That'll go foul. Mosseth going up against Preston Brownlee, the number 9 hitter in the order for the Panthers. Eastmont, the home team today. Again, Bears repeating, this game was rescheduled. Originally set to be played over at Recreation Park as Brownlee swings and misses for strike 3. First punch out of the day for Mosseth. One away here in the third inning. And, of course, the two teams will do it again later this week. It'll be at 4 p.m., the first of 2 games, the doubleheader between Eastmont and Wenatchee. We'll be happy to bring you the action of this one right here on the NCWLIFE Channel, whether you're watching on your TV or perhaps on Facebook Live. Happy to have you tuning in whichever way. This one is softly grounded, first base side, remains fair, and taken over to the bag by Schneider himself as Tyler Skyleman is retired. And make that now 6 consecutive hitters retired in order by Tyson Mosseth. Off to a fantastic start to this one. He's gotten a pair of ground outs, 5 different flyouts, and a strikeout as well. Looking to make it back-to-back 1-2-3 innings. He takes on Connor Christensen. And as the base paths umpire Jeff Levitt went out for a quick moment to check on the ball or something. Not quite doing what you see at the major league level. Some of those checks of the cap and the glove, no foreign substance, but just kind of checking the ball for a moment. First pitch is a little bit up high for Mosseth. Don Bird is behind home plate here at Recreation Park, calling the balls and strikes this afternoon. Second offering in there for a strike. Moves the count to 1 ball and 1 strike. Eastmont again looking for their first victory of the season. 0-8 overall, 0-6 in the Big 9. This pitch is swung on, hit down the left field line. Singleton ranging back is called off by the shortstop Llewellyn, and he'll make the grab. Back-to-back 1-2-3 innings for Tyson Mosseth. He has retired 7 consecutive hitters. And we head to the bottom of the third, still scoreless between Wenatchee and Eastmont as the Wildcats come up to hit in just a moment after these messages on the NCWLIFE Channel.
When the people you serve are your friends and family, you see the world a bit differently. You understand that your survival depends on the health and strength of your relationships. Your word is your reputation, and that doing the right thing is the only way of life that matters. At Confluence Health, we remain humble. Trust is a gift that is earned, a privilege, an honor. And we remain grateful for the trust you place in our hands.
When you call Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, you're calling on 35 plus years of experience in the Wenatchee Valley. Spending extra time in your home, you may have discovered an unwanted aroma. Stinky feet, pets, who knows what. Call Dick's today about installing their Train Clean Effects electronic air cleaner or a Rheem Halo ultraviolet air purifier. Either way, the air quality in your home will be improved. Proudly servicing all of North Central Washington, call 884-6444 today.
And we welcome you back to Recreation Park as we get set for the bottom of the third inning. Wenatchee and Eastmont scoreless so far through this one. It's been a bit of a pitcher's duel. Tyler Skyleman is looking to continue that as he toes the rubber once again. And he deals the first pitch a bit outside. A solid second inning for him. 2 strikeouts. Leonard looking and Bapp swinging before a ground out. That came right back to him. Jet Llewellyn attacked the first pitch he saw, but sent it right back to Skyleman as this pitch is swung on and fouled away into the fence, first base side. Tyson Mosseth, the counterpart, leading things off for Eastmont. Batting from the right side against the right-hander Skyleman. Skyleman deals. Swung on and fouled off nearly to the same exact spot along the fence. No hits yet for either team, only 2 base runners. They both came in the first inning. Beyer and Schooler with back-to-back walks drawn. They were both stranded. Eastmont looking for their first base runner of the day. As this one is a high chopper over toward third, handled by Christensen, flipped over to first, and Brownlee with the extension able to record the putout. One away to begin this third inning. 7 up, 7 down so far for the right-hander Skyleman. As Nate Whitehall steps up to the plate, the catcher digs in. Today's broadcast on the NCWLIFE Channel is being brought to you by Sangster Motors. The American Challenge is on at Sangster Motors, home of the all-new Yukon SUV. Swing and a miss on the first offering. Whitehall batting from the right side. Stepping up to the plate, number 8 hitter. 300 batting average, does have 1 double this season. Swings and misses again. It's quickly 0-2 to him. As Skyleman gunning for his 4th strikeout of the game so far. Struck out 1 in the first and then 2 in the second. This ball is swung on and fouled off at the very top of the fence, first base side. Eastmont in the home whites, they're over on that first base dugout. Wenatchee, though they are the road team today, in their traditional home third base dugout here at Rec Park. Another 0-2 offering coming from Tyler Skyleman, and it's swung on and missed by Whitehall as he reached out toward that one but could not get a piece of it. And that's out number 2 here in the third inning. 4th strikeout of the game for Skyleman. Kyle Smith stepping up to the plate now. Number 9 hitter playing at second base today. Now Eastmont has all 9 position players in the lineup today. As Skyleman deals, first pitch is swung on, hit over towards second, right at Joe Skyleman. He'll flip over to first to retire Smith, and it's 9 up, 9 down so far for Tyler Skyleman. We're through 3 innings, no score yet between Wenatchee and Eastmont. We'll be back with the 4th inning after these messages on the NCWLIFE Channel.
You love to help others. You need a solid career. You can have it all with help from Charter College. Our 10-month medical assistant program prepares you to work in healthcare settings like physician offices, rehab centers, and clinics. You'll learn to take patient vitals, assist with exams, administer injections, and maintain medical records. When you're ready to launch a rewarding healthcare career, visit chartercollege.edu because we work to get you to work.
Well, it's been all pitchers so far through the first 3 innings of this one. All 9 Eastmont hitters have been retired in order by Tyler Skyleman. And meanwhile, on the other side, Tyson Mosseth has been on a roll of his own. He's retired 7 straight. Still no hits allowed for him, although he has allowed 2 base runners. So both teams looking to get their first hit of the game. And Wenatchee sends up a pretty solid candidate to do that. Luke Byer digs in at the plate, batting from the left side against Mosseth. Breaking ball misses a little bit outside on the off-speed delivery. Mosseth walked back-to-back hitters with 2 walks in the first inning, but since then has retired 7 consecutive hitters. That first walk came to Byer, who takes up and in for a ball, 2-0 to him. He was 4 for 10 with a couple of doubles and 3 runs scored against Eastmont in 2021 in the 3 games. Wenatchee only won 1 of those 3. They were able to steal 1 on April 24th. Fouled away by Byer. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. Eastmont was a really solid team last season. A lot of offense and a lot of big arms on the rubber as well. They took 2 of 3 against the Panthers. This one fouled away. Hits off of the fence on the first base Eastmont dugout, it looks like. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Byer. Entered today hitting .444. Remains at that after drawing a walk in the first inning. He'll take outside for a ball. The count is full to him. No score, no hits for either team yet here in the top of the 4th inning. Byer behind the plate today. Takes outside for ball 4, and he'll head over to first base. We mentioned his speed early on, and he picked up his 10th stolen base of the season back in the first inning. A lot of times at the high school level, you'll see a courtesy runner oftentimes come on for catchers and even sometimes pitchers. Byer runs for himself, and you can't blame him with those 10 stolen bases on the season, making a difference on the base paths. So he's aboard. Third base runner of the day for Wenatchee, as Mosseth will go from the stretch, pitching to Hayden Score now. Score drew a walk as well last time, but was stranded at first back in that first inning. Score takes up high for ball 1. Byer and Score, 2 of the 6 seniors this year for Wenatchee. They have 3 juniors, 3 sophomores, 2 freshmen. Eastmont, 4 seniors. Richards, Klinkenberg, Schneider, and Kuski, 3 juniors, 6 sophomores. And just 1 freshman. Toss over to first, a little bit high. Schneider able to jump up and grab that one. Byer is back with a dive. Both of these teams played 4 days ago on the 8th. Another toss over to first. Wenatchee took both games of their doubleheader against Eisenhower with a 16-1 win in Game 1, 11-0 in the second game. Eastmont dropped both games against Davis, losing 9-6 the first game and then 13-7 in the second one. And you've seen a lot of games be closer recently for Eastmont. As Byer takes off, a swing and a miss, toss towards second is a little bit off the mark, bouncing over to that left side of the bag, and Byer's in there with his 2nd stolen base of the game and his 11th of the season. So he's done a nice job on the base paths. Now it's up to the Panthers to try and drive him in. And Schooler steps up the 2nd time today with a runner in scoring position. Hadn't seen a lot of strikes in this at-bat so far. Reached out for that last pitch and swung at it. Takes outside for a ball here. Smacks the plate and steps back in from the left side. Mosseth fires. Pitch is swung on and hit back into the cage behind home plate for the 2nd strike on him. Well, the wind has slowed down a little bit here since this game got started. It was a little bit breezy to begin the day. Obviously some snow for a lot of us when we woke up this morning. Even hail about an hour before first pitch. There's a turn to toss the second. It was pretty close toward Byer. Ball pops right out of the glove of Llewellyn, though. No score yet between Wenatchee and Eastmont. First of 3 games between the 2 teams this week. The other 2 coming up on Friday. As this pitch misses just a bit outside, and that'll push the count full. Mosseth looking to avoid what happened in that first inning. Back-to-back walks to the 3 and 4 hitters. Fires and misses outside for ball 4. and instead does mimic what happened in that first inning. But this time, these 2 walks are coming with no outs. Last time up was with 2 outs, and he got a pop out to first to end that first inning of the current hitter, Evan Smith. But this time, Smith bats with runners at first and second and no outs here on the top of this 4th inning. And this will be a trip out to the mound. Aaron Hoff heads out. Looks like he may be making a pitching change as the infield moves around a little bit for Eastmont. Looks like Skylar Bryant has come out of the dugout. And he may be coming in to pitch or perhaps come on as a defensive change. We'll take a moment to look at all these changes for Eastmont, as this may be it appears, for Mosseth, who has been phenomenal so far. He has walked 4, but at one point retired 7 consecutive hitters and still has not allowed a base hit. But as it stands right now, his day could be finished here. And in fact, it will be. Logan Schneider is going to move from first base to the mound in place of Mosseth. Looks like the outfield is going to stay the same, as it appears Babst is still in right, Richards is still in center, and Leonard over in left field. So everything looks fine in the outfield, but it appears on the infield it's going to change a little bit. We'll get to that in a moment, as Logan Schneider will come in and pitch now. Schneider moves from first base to the mound. So Mosseth's day is done. He walked 4, struck out 1, and faced 13 hitters today. Had a 4-pitch, 1-2-3 second inning. But his day comes to an end with runners at first and second. And Wenatchee threatening a little bit here in this top of the 4th inning. So it looks like Mosseth has moved from the mound over towards second base. Mosseth now playing second base, and over at first base in place of Schneider is going to be Bryan coming off of the bench. Stepping up to the plate now, Evan Smith, the right fielder, popped out to first base his first time up. Quick chat on the mound briefly between Schneider and his new catcher, or the new pitcher, I should say. Whitehall still behind home plate. No runs allowed for Mosseth, but both runners at first and second are his property if they score. That'll go on his line if they make it around the bases here. Smith with a great RBI opportunity for Wenatchee. So he'll take down low for ball 1. Logan Schneider, the leadoff hitter, moving from the mound. Beg your pardon, the leadoff hitter moving from the mound, from first base to the mound. Bunt shown by Smith, and he pops it up foul, and it goes out of play. Everyone else on the infield remains the same. So it looks simply as if Kyle Smith has exited the ball game as he began at second base and is only at bat, grounded out to second to end the bottom of the 3rd inning. But here, the Panthers bat in the top of the 4th, looking to break the scoreless tie. Smith again shows bunt, and again pops it up foul. No chance for any of the Wildcats defensively, but the count moves to 0-2. Quickly moving game, got started at 4 o'clock. It sits at 4:35 right now. And here we are in the top of the 4th inning. But a chance for things to change up a little bit here with one swing of the bat. First and second, no outs. Bunt shown, the bat pulled back. They want to pitch down. And off the turf, bouncing up. Ball 1 moves the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes to Smith. Entered today's action, hitting .423, 4 doubles, a triple, and 10 runs scored. A lot of pop out of that number 5 spot in the batting order. Shows bunt again, pulls back because his pitch was inside. He started to almost creep in toward that pitch. Would have still been awarded a ball because of his forward momentum. A lot of times umpires, if you move into the pitch too much, they'll simply say instead of it being a hit by pitch that it's just a ball. 2-2 pitch is swung on and popped up out of play. Might go off of the roof behind home plate. Just past it, bounced up behind home plate here at Rec Park. Still 2 balls and 2 strikes to Smith, batting from the right side against the right-hander Schneider, facing his first hitter of the day in relief, and he gets him to swing and miss for a strikeout. A much-needed out number 1 for Eastmont. As Schneider comes on and retires the first hitter that he faces. Still runners at first and second after Luke Byer and Hayden Schooler drew back-to-back walks to open up this 4th inning. They remain the only 2 base runners today. In fact, they have been the only 4 base runners today. Isaac England shows bunt. He'll take down low for a ball. Smith had a little bit of trouble getting the bunt down. Popped it up a couple of times and ended up at swinging and missing for strike 3. Second strikeout by Eastmont pitching today. Three innings tossed by Mosseth as Schneider steps off. And a balk is called. A balk is going to be called on Logan Schneider, and that's going to move both runners into scoring position. Byer was already in it at second base, but he's now at third. Schooler to second as both runners are balked over. And with 1 out on the inning, a chance for Wenatchee to perhaps put 2 on the board with 1 swing of the bat. A single before probably only drives in 1 run, not likely to get that runner from first base. But now, a single, you probably think to left or right, probably brings in both. Right-hander Schneider deals. Bunt still shown. It's offered at and missed. The runner took off heading home, is able to scamper back toward third base and avoid a tag. That was Byer with some excellent footwork to get around the tag as Whitehall tossed toward the third baseman Singleton, and Singleton could not quite grab Byer. And crisis averted there for Wenatchee on a suicide squeeze attempt. England was unable to make contact. And fortunately for Wenatchee, they did not pick up an out over at third base. Eastmont certainly would have liked that as the pitch is offered at, swung on, and fouled away. And a nice barehanded grab by a fan down the first base line into shallow right field. So he'll return the ball now to the Wildcats side of the field. Isaac England, 2 strikes on. We'll see what he does. He takes outside for a ball. Byer almost took off. In fact, Schooler was almost all the way over to third base. But he'll have to scamper back to second. Not much of a backstop here at Rec Park. Not a ton of space. So easy for Whitehall to scamper out of that catcher's crouch and go grab the baseball. 1 out in the inning. England at the plate with Byer at third, Schooler at second. Swings in, hits this one up the middle for a base hit. In easily to score is Byer. Schooler comes out right behind him standing. And it's 2-0 Wenatchee as they break the scoreless tie with 1 swing of the bat. An RBI single by England to plate 2. It's 2-0 Wenatchee here in the 4th inning. So both of those runs charged to Tyson Mosseth, who was really phenomenal in his time on the mound, and his line still looks pretty solid. Just the 2 runs allowed in his 3+ innings on the hill. No hits allowed. 4 walks and 1 strikeout of his 13 batters faced. But Wenatchee takes advantage with each of the first 2 hitters opening up this inning with back-to-back walks. And England drives in the game's first 2 runs. It's 2-0 Wenatchee now. And Schneider tosses back over toward first base. Singleton lunges out to grab it. Or beg your pardon, Bryant lunges out to grab it. Joe Skyleman up to the plate. Popped out to third for the second out with a 1-2-3 second inning. Rutter takes off from first base. The throw is strong towards second, and it is in time to nail him. England caught stealing on a great throw from Whitehall. And there's 2 away, no one on the base paths now for Wenatchee. But they do have the 2-0 lead. England picked up that 2 RBI single to score Beyer and Schooler from second and third. They drew leadoff walks. A balk advanced them to second and third, respectively. This pitch misses out and skips away to the backstop. Pitch earlier than that advances England towards second if he was still standing at first base. But he was erased on the base paths a moment ago after his 2 RBI single. This pitch misses up and in as Joe Skyleman shrugs it off a little bit. Went 1 for 7 versus Eastmont last year in the 3 games against them. Had a 2 RBI double in Game 1 on April 24th, a 9-8 Wenatchee victory. Hitting 125, though, entering today's game this season. Solid work on the mound, though. 8 2/3 innings pitched, 4.03 ERA. Takes down low for ball 4, and he'll head over to first base. The 3rd walk of the inning and 5th of the ball game issued by Eastmont pitching. Put a runner over at first base. Pretty quickly moving game for the first 3 innings. But here in this 4th, Wenatchee getting on the board with their first 2 hitters, Beyer and Schooler, drawing walks. 2 batters later, England singled both in. Skyleman draws a walk to continue the inning. He is the 4th base runner of the frame and 6th of the game. All 6 base runners in this game have belonged to Wenatchee. Eastmont will have the top of the order due up in the bottom of the 4th inning as they look to respond here this afternoon. They trail 2-0. Schneider settles on the hill and then quickly fires to first base. And back with a dive goes Joe Skyleman. Takes off on this pitch. The throw towards second is in time on the far side of the bag. A nice job by Jet Llewellyn bringing it across and tagging Skyleman out. So Wenatchee goes 1 for 3 in stolen base attempts in the 4th inning, but they do pick up a couple of runs, most importantly, as Isaac England singles in a pair and makes it 2-0 to break the scoreless tie. And now we head to the bottom of the 4th inning. Wenatchee leading Eastmont here on the NCWLIFE Channel.
Come on, I'm a certified technician. I was trained to take good care of you.
9. I've only been to the dealer.
I've been coming here for years. These guys are great.
Look around. The BMW, the Jag, the Volvo, they're all waiting for regular service. Well, the BMW has a little computer issue, but that's nothing we can't handle. Come on in.
From regular maintenance to computer troubleshooting, trust the Global Car Care technicians with your import, diesel-powered, or domestic vehicle. Global Car Care. They speak your car's language.
Dankeschön.
Well, through 3.5 innings, we have 1 hit on the board for both teams. And that belongs to Isaac England, a 2 RBI single in the top of the 4th inning to give Wenatchee a 2-0 lead. Now Eastmont steps up to the plate looking to respond here in the bottom half as they have been retired in order to this point, 1 through 9. Tyler Skyleman missing with ball 1. Taking on Logan Schneider, who started this game at first base, moved over to the mound. That pitch just misses for a ball. It's 1-1. Schneider came on with a couple of walks after a couple of walks in the 4th inning by Tyson Mosseth. Struck out Evan Smith, but then gave up a single and another walk. That RBI single by Isaac England, scoring both inherited runners. So those going on Mosseth's line. Schneider striking out his first time up to the plate, batting from the right side against Skyleman. He'll take a strike. Logan Schneider went 5 for 10 with a double and 4 RBI versus Wenatchee in the 3 games last year. including going 3 for 5 with 3 RBI on April 20th. Takes outside for ball 4, and he is the first base runner of the ball game for Eastmont. They're looking to kind of mimic what Wenatchee did in the top of this inning. They drew back-to-back walks to open up the frame, and both runners would come around to score. First base runner allowed by Skyleman, and Cooper Richards steps up to the plate, batting from the left side. Mentioned that April 20th game last season, and Schneider having a nice day. Richards did as well, went 2 for 4 that day. A walk, hit by pitch, also reached on an error. Collected 3 RBI as well. So there's a toss over to first, and Schneider back with a dive. Skyleman from the stretch for the first time today misses way outside, ball 1. Richards grounded out to second base his first time up. Part of that 1-2-3 first inning for Skyleman via strikeout, ground out, and fly out. Fly out belonging to the man on deck, Michael Singleton. Richards, the center fielder, batting from the left side. There's a quick toss over to first base, and again back with a dive. Wenatchee has stolen a couple of bases today on 4 attempts. Eastmont has yet to attempt a stolen base because this is their first base runner of the day. Outside for a ball. Richards taking all the way. A little bit of noise here in the 4th inning after a relatively quiet first 3 innings in which we only had 2 combined base runners, both of them belonging to Wenatchee in the 1st inning. But here in the 4th inning, a little bit of trouble stirred up by both sides as this pitch misses low for a ball. Richards entered today, .276 batting average, a couple doubles, and 4 RBI. Going up against Tyler Skyleman, he'll take ball 4. So the bottom of the 4th begins the same way that the top of the 4th started. Back-to-back walks. Runners at first and second this time for Eastmont, and the number 3 hitter, Michael Singleton, coming up to the plate. Now, Singleton only has 7 at-bats on the season, just 3 games played as a hitter this year. Looking to try and really bring him back into the mix and get a lot of production out of him. And a great opportunity here for him to get his first hit of the season and drive in some runs as well. Perhaps even tie this up, perhaps. Skyleman in a bit of a jam right now. First and second, no out after back-to-back walks. And Singleton able to make contact after showing bunt, but fouled it away. First and second, back-to-back walks. The 2 teams have combined to walk plenty of batters to this point. 5 walks issued by Eastmont pitching, 2 now for Wenatchee pitching, both by Skyleman, and just 1 base hit in the ball game so far. Bunt is put down successfully. Skyleman fields. He'll flip over to first base, toss to Joe Skyleman, covering the bag. And Singleton is retired, but he successfully sacrifices Schneider to third and Richards to second. That sac bunt going 1-4 on the putout to move both runners up 90 feet. And Kellen Leonard coming up to the plate now with a chance to perhaps tie this game up with a single. From the right side against the righty Skyleman, he wanted to offer that. Pitch kind of darted a bit inside for ball 1. Colin Babst on deck, the right fielder. Leonard, the left fielder, bats right now. He'll step off for just a moment. Breeze picking up just a bit out here in center field. As Skyleman deals, it's swung on and popped up. Medium depth in right field. This ball will be handled. Runners will both tag up and advance 90 feet with Schneider scoring from third and Richards advancing to third base. And Eastmont cuts the lead in half. It's now a 2-1 ball game here in the bottom of the 4th inning. So a sac fly to right field off the bat of Kellen Leonard. Makes it a 2-1 game. Picks up the RBI. Leonard's second RBI of the season. Now with 2 outs, it's Colin Babst. Just needs a base hit to tie this one up. Playing in right field, he struck out swinging his first time up, batting 5th in the order for Eastmont. There's the pitch from Skyleman, swing and a miss. Big moment in this ball game. There are 2 outs. If Tyler Skyleman can get out of this inning with just allowing the 1 run without allowing any hits, that's going to be huge moving forward. The pitch is outside, goes to the backstop, taking off from third is Richards, and he is in ahead of the throw. An errant pitch scores the tying run, and we are back to square one here in the bottom of the 4th inning. 2 runs across for Eastmont without any base hits. 2 walks, a sac bunt, a sac fly, and now a wild pitch to score Richards, and it's 2-2. Well, that stings for Skyleman. He had 2 strikes on Babs, steals a ball outside here. You were 1 pitch away from getting out of the inning, but instead it's all tied up. Again, no hits in the frame as Babs takes a strike. Beg your pardon, he did not have 2 strikes on him. I thought there was a second. That's strike 2. But either way, you were 1 out from getting out of the frame, but just missing on that delivery away that couldn't be handled either by Byer. There's a swing and a miss for the 5th punch out of the ball game for Skyleman. He is still not allowed a base hit through 4 innings, but he gives up the lead as back-to-back walks to Schneider and Richards. Sac bunt, sac fly, scores the first runner, Richards, and then Schneider scored on the sacrifice fly, and then Richards scores on the wild pitch. And we are at 2-2 as we enter the 5th inning. Back in a moment here on the NCWLIFE Channel.
911, what is the address of your emergency?
Yes, it's me. It's my husband. I think there's something the matter with him.
It was a feeling that I'll never forget, like being able to meet them and know that he survived.
Okay, tell me what's happening. Is he conscious?
No, he's not. He's
not. Okay, take a deep breath for me. I'm getting you help.
Rivercom means to me that I still have my husband here with me. They're the ones that guided me through saving his life.
The road can be a crazy place. Uh-oh! That's why Les Schwab Tires fixes brakes, steering, and more. And those guys don't. Keep driving. I'm just glad Les Schwab puts my safety first, so I can backseat drive with confidence.
At the Les Schwab Spring Tire Sale, save up to $150 when you buy select tires with financing. Les Schwab Tires, celebrating 70 years of doing the right thing.
Logan Schneider back out on the hill looking for his first full inning of work. Came on in relief in the midst of the 4th inning. As his ball is swung on, hit over toward the left side. Gobbled up on the backhand by Jet Llewellyn and flipped to first to retire James Butler. On the second pitch of the at-bat, it's a ground out to the left side. Butler has been retired both times on nice defensive plays by Llewellyn. 1 away here in the top of the 5th inning. It's a 2-2 ball game. We got there in different ways. Both halves of the 4th inning began with back-to-back walks and no outs. As there's a strike in to Preston Brownlee. Wenatchee in the top half with 1 out drove in a couple of runs on a 2 RBI single by Isaac England after a balk just a little bit earlier. The bottom half of the frame, Eastmont, after their 2 walks. Singleton put down a sac bunt. Leonard hit a sac fly, and then a wild pitch scored Richards. As there's a strike 3 to Preston Brownlee, and Schneider off to a nice start here in the 5th inning, 2 away. As he retires Brownlee with a strikeout. Second time that Brownlee has been struck out today. Back to the top of the order as Tyler Skyleman steps up. He's 0 for 2 with a flyout and a ground out. Schneider with some nice work on the rubber so far. 2 punch outs. Ground out, a walk. Gave up the game's only hit so far to Engel, and a ball squarely hit right up the middle. Schneider on the season. He's tossed 4 in the 3rd innings entering today. Today's his 4th appearance on the rubber, now up to 9 strikeouts, 2 walks. Still is not allowed an earned run this year. Skyleman swings and pops this one up. Shallow center field, coming in and calling off the second baseman Mosseth is the center fielder Richards, and he'll make the grab for out number 3. A quick top of the 5th inning. Nice work by Logan Schneider in relief to retire the side in order. We go to the bottom of the 5th. This one still a 2-2 ball game. The only hit belonging to Wenatchee. No errors for either squad so far. Back in a moment here on the NCWLIFE Channel.
Hi folks, welcome to Save Mart. How can we help you today?
We're looking for a recliner.
Okay, right this way. Go ahead and move this chase on the other side. You can lift this up time warranty.
Great, I want that one. I like that one.
That's a great choice.
And I want this one as well.
Okay.
And I definitely want this one.
You'll find it at Save Mart. Full service at a low, low price.
Well, we go to the bottom of the 5th inning here from Rec Park. 2-2 ball game. Tyler Skyleman remains on the hill for Wenatchee. Be 6, 7, 8 due up for Eastmont. Jet Llewellyn, Tyson Mosseth, and Nate Whitehall coming up to the plate. Llewellyn made a nice play on the backhanded shortstop for the first out in the top of this inning. Takes outside for ball 1. Nice work so far from Tyler Skyleman. He has gone 4 innings so far. Still no base hits allowed, but he did allow 2 runs in the 4th inning to tie this one up. A couple of walks, a sac bunt, sac fly, and a wild pitch doing him in. Wallen grounded out to Skyleman back in the 2nd inning to end that inning. Here's a ball. Tyler Skyleman retired each of the first 9 hitters that he faced in order for 1, 2, 3, 1st, 2nd, and 3rd innings, for allowing a couple of base runners in the 4th. Deals a strike. It's the second to Llewellyn. Entered today with a .333 batting average, a couple of doubles, and 4 RBI. Only RBIs of this game belonging to Isaac England. As this pitch is swung on, popped to shallow right field, moving in a couple of steps down the line as Smith. And he'll make the grab for out number 1 here in the 5th inning. Brings up Mosseth, the second baseman. Started this game on the mound. Moved to second base with no outs in the top of the 4th inning. Issued a couple of walks to begin the frame. Solid line for him overall, though. 3 innings, 2 runs, no hits. The 2 runs were both earned. There's strike 1. 4 walks issued, 1 strikeout of the 13 hitters that he faced. Swings and misses there. He's the 16th hitter that Tyler Skyleman has faced today. He's got him in the count. No balls and 2 strikes. Skyleman's ready with the 0-2 offering as he looks for his 6th strikeout of the game. The right-hander fires. This is just a little bit low. Mosseth entered today with a .105 batting average. That was only with 6 games of work, though, at the plate. Swings in, hits this the opposite way, down the line, just a bit foul, toward a few fans seated down that right field line. Just past the light pole. Looks like a little bit of action on the Wenatchee side of the field on the bullpen. No numbers showing. Looks like a sweatshirt on top of the jersey. Ball is hit softly toward the left side. Charging and unable to make a play is England. So he reached out, the ball popped up, tried again, and he couldn't quite get a good piece of it. And Mosseth will reach base with one out. And to this point, there have been no hits allowed by Skyleman. I imagine that play is going to be ruled an error, though. So for right now, an E6 against England. Now Nate Whitehall with a great opportunity to not only continue this inning, but perhaps put Eastmont ahead. Here's a quick toss over to first base, and back with the dive goes Mosseth. Mosseth off of first base. One out after a pop out by Llewellyn to begin the inning. Skyleman on the hill just allowed only his third base runner of the day as we stand here in the bottom of the fifth inning. A 2-2 ball game. Eastmont at the plate right now. This ball is swung on, hit over to short. Chance once again for England. Flips to second for one. Joe Skyleman to first. And it's in time for an inning-ending double play. Nice job by England to bounce back after the error and keep this game at 2-2. We go to the sixth inning in a moment. Just one hit on the board belongs to Wenatchee. The one error a moment ago. But England able to record the inning-ending double play. 2-2 ball game. We'll head to the sixth after these messages on the NCWLIFE Channel.
News, weather, and sports. It's all here weekdays at 5, 6, and 10 on your local news source, the NCWLIFE Channel.
The NCWLIFE Channel offers marketing packages that help you build your brand and sell your products and services. From traditional TV ads to targeted digital campaigns, let us help you build your customer base. Call NCWLIFE Channel today.
Are you dealing with a pest or weed issue and you just don't know what to do?
We use the best pest control methods approved for areas with kids and pets.
Whether it's rats, mice, ants, or spiders,
or something else altogether, we provide the coaching and solutions you're looking for.
And you can know that your dollars are supporting a local, family-owned and operated business.
Allow us to help you get back to living healthy and pest-free. Harvest Valley Pest Control.
Whoop. I'm here. Ready to begin the sixth inning here from Recreation Park. A 2-2 ball game between Wenatchee and Eastmont. Joel Norman with you on the NCWLIFE Channel. There's strike one. Logan Schneider at a 1-2-3 fifth inning in his second inning of work. Toss two scoreless so far. Did allow a couple of inherited runners to come across. He deals strike two. Connor Christensen at the plate for Wenatchee. 0 for 2 today. A pop out to right and another fly out to short. Schneider looking for the strikeout. Christensen fishes for this one and fouls it away into his own dugout, third base side. Both teams getting their pair of runs back in that fourth inning. Pitch misses outside from Schneider. Foul ball to the left side. Still 2 strikes on him. Tyler Skyleman gave up his third base runner of the ball game in that bottom of the 5th inning after Mosseth reached on an error, but a double play ball erasing the threat. Nate Whitehall hit into a 6-4-3 twin killer. Still no hits for Eastmont in this game. Wenatchee with just one. That's by Isaac England. Only error committed by Wenatchee. Pitch misses for a ball. And Eastmont has tidily not stranded anyone on the base paths. I mentioned 3 base runners. 2 of them scored. The other one erased on that double play ball last inning. Wenatchee, for their part, have only stranded 2. Grounder to short. Llewellyn flips to first. And Christensen is retired for the first out here in the 6th inning. 37 degrees right now here from Rec Park. You're seeing the sun kind of pop in and out a little bit. And maybe our camera angle's catching that angle from center field over in East Wenatchee and parts of beyond Sunny Slope. A little bit of fog in the distance all around here in the Wenatchee Valley. Nice to have baseball again here, though. This is the first time this year from Rec Park we're bringing you action on the NCWLIFE Channel. Of course, we'll have a couple of games later this week. Coming up on Friday, these same 2 teams. Different jerseys that day because Wenatchee will be the home team. Doubleheader gets started at 4 p.m. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike to Luke Byer, the catcher. He has reached base twice with 2 walks and has stolen a base each time. Byer going up against Logan Schneider. Swings at this one and lofts it out to right field. Moving a bit and settling into place as Babs. He'll make the catch. And there's 2 away here in the 6th inning. First time today, Byer has been erased. Today's broadcast on the NCWLIFE Channel is being brought to you by Global Car Care. Your vehicle is their #1 priority. Diesels and European cars are their specialty. Pick up and drop off available. Stop by their website at globalcarcare.net. Now Schneider is technically in his 3rd inning of work. We mentioned he came on after Mosseth pitched to the first 2 hitters of the 4th inning, but a couple of walks. But solid so far in relief. Schneider in his senior season has technically already pitched at the collegiate level. Got a chance to get some work on the mound last summer in 1 game as he gets a swing and a miss there. He didn't score at the plate. Last summer, Schneider got in some work pitching for the Cascade Collegiate League All-Stars on July 17th. Faced the Wenatchee Apple Sox in an exhibition game over at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium. Schneider pitched in one of those games. Cade Kuski pitched the next day as well for the CCL All-Stars. A nice opportunity to get some work at the college level. Ball softly hit into left center field. Coming in and making the grab is Leonard, and the side is retired. This remains a 2-2 ball game with the only hit on the board belonging to Wenatchee. 1 error committed by the Panthers as well. We're tied up with Wenatchee retired in order here in the 6th. Eastmont coming up to hit in the bottom half in a moment. We'll be back after these messages on the NCWLIFE Channel.
The new Hummer EV is everything you want in an all-electric vehicle. It's powerful, reliable, comfortable, and will take you anywhere you want to go, on-road or off. Why buy one of those lesser EVs when you can have one that uses them for traction? Order your Hummer pickup or SUV today from Sangster Motors, batteries included.
When the people you serve are your friends and family, you see the world a bit differently. You understand that your survival depends on the health and strength of your relationships. Your word is your reputation, and that doing the right thing is the only way of life that matters. At Confluence Health, we remain humble. Trust is a gift that is earned, a privilege, an honor. And we remain grateful for the trust you place in our hands.
On to the bottom of the 6th, still a 2-2 ball game. Skylar Bryant with his first plate appearance of the game. Came on as a defensive replacement back in the 4th inning. Second pitch is swung on, hit over toward third. Could not be handled by Christensen. A scorcher that he could not handle will allow Bryant to reach base. And again, the second time in the last 3 hitters, kind of a debate on whether or not it could be an error or a base hit. We'll have to see what they rule that one. For right now, Bryant is aboard. Standing over at first base, back to the top of the order, and Logan Schneider stepping up to the plate. Christensen looked like he had speared the ball, but it popped right out of his glove. As Schneider gets the bunt down, and it's a dandy. Just to the left of Byer, he scampers over and flips to first base to retire Schneider. Bryant moves into scoring position, 1 away here in the 6th inning. The first pitch, Schneider wasting no time advancing Bryant and doing a nice job to set him up. Cooper Richards stepping up to the plate. Talked a little bit today about the work that Richards has done at the plate. It's been a pretty solid pitcher both this season and last year a little bit as well against Wenatchee. He takes ball 1. Pitched in 3 games so far this year, 14 in the 3rd innings, has struck out 16 and only walked 2. Had a really solid game last year against Wenatchee in his junior season. Skyleman deals inside. Back on April 24th in Game 2 of that doubleheader against Wenatchee, Richards tossed 6 solid innings to pick up the win in that one. Swing and a miss. Runner at second base is Skylar Bryant. Defensive replacement after a couple of changes back in that 4th inning. Bryant came on to play first base. Kyle Smith exited the game. Ball hit softly but foul, first base side. 2 strikes on him. Skyleman is looking for that 6th strikeout still. That's eluded him since the bottom of the 4th inning. 1 in the 1st, 2 in the 2nd, 1 in the 3rd, and then another in the 4th. And as it stands right now, Skyleman has not allowed any base hits. Pitches outside for a ball. Now that's assuming errors on 2 of the last 3 plays. From our vantage point here in center field, can't quite see the scoreboard out in right field. Next offering from Skyleman is swung on and missed for strike 3. Another punch out, his 6th of the ball game. He retires Cooper Richards for the 2nd out here in the 6th inning. Going to bring up Michael Singleton, who put down a sacrifice bunt his first time up. He's 0 for 1 today. Big at-bat here, a chance for Eastmont to take the lead. First pitch is swung on and fouled away. Behind the roof, behind home plate. Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning is a proud sponsor of today's broadcast. They're providing heating and air conditioning service, installation, and repair since 1982. Serving residential and commercial, they specialize in indoor air quality. Here's a sharp ground to the 3rd, speared by Christensen, flips to first base, and the side is retired. A scoreless frame for Skyleman as we go to the 7th inning. This one remains tied up. 2-2 is our score. Just 1 hit on the board. A 2 RBI single by Isaac England back in the 4th. No hits so far for Eastmont. And 2 errors for Wenatchee, the only 2 errors of this game. On to the 7th in a moment. We'll be back in a moment as well on the NCWLIFE Channel.
Come on, I'm a certified technician. I was trained to take good care of you.
9. I've only been to the dealer.
I've been coming here for years. These guys are great.
Look around. The BMW, the Jag, the Volvo, they're all waiting for regular service. Well, the BMW has a little computer issue, but that's nothing we can't handle. Come on in.
From regular maintenance to computer troubleshooting, trust the Global Car Care technicians with your import, diesel-powered, or domestic vehicle. Global Car Care. They speak your car's language.
Dankeschön.
Evan Smith takes ball 1 to begin the 7th inning. Now make that ball 2 as Logan Schneider misses on the second pitch as well. Well, after no runs or hits, as Wenatchee was retired in order in the 6th inning, Eastmont threatened. Their first hitter, Skylar Bryant, reached on an error, sacrificed into scoring position, but ended up being stranded. Smith fouls this one away, 2-1 to him. So that was the first runner stranded today for Eastmont. Wenatchee has left 2 men on the base path, so those 2 came back in the first. Both teams scored their runs in the 4th inning. It's a 2-2 game here on the 7th. And a 3-1 count to Evan Smith, the right fielder, 0 for 2 today. Here's the pitch. Swung on, hit out toward left center field. Ranging back and turning around is Richards, and he makes the grab for the first out here in the 7th inning. Smith pops out to center to open up the 7th. And today's broadcast is being brought to you by Les Schwab. They take your safety seriously every time that you stop by. Today's broadcast also brought to you by One Way Construction, your project, your way. Find them online at onewayconstructionnw.com. Logan Schneider has been fantastic in relief thus far. Came on in that 4th inning. Has not allowed any runs yet. Swing and a miss here from England. He's got the game's only base hit so far, a 2 RBI single back in the 4th. That scored Byron Schooler for the game's first 2 runs. There's a swing and a miss. 2 strikes on him. Joe Skyleman on deck. Eastmont scored 2 in the 4th inning as well. Schneider and Richards reached on walks. Singleton put down a sacrifice bunt. There's a strikeout. A swing and a miss, meanwhile, from England. 3rd strikeout of the ball game for Schneider. Sack bunt and a sack fly to score the first 2 batters who reached on back-to-back walks and a wild pitch in the 4th for Eastmont. That's their 2 runs. And still just a 1 base hit in this ball game. 2 outs. Top of the 7th inning in a tie ball game that goes behind Joe Skyleman. Almost nicked him. He was able to avoid it. James Butler on deck. As this pitch misses for ball 2. Joe Skyleman has reached on a walk, was caught stealing back in the 4th inning. He was the 4th base runner of that frame for Wenatchee. Takes the ball. Popped out toward 3rd base, back in the 2nd. There's a strike. Couple balls and 2 strikes on Joe Skyleman. Bender today hitting 125. Went 1 for 7 versus Eastmont back in 2021 as he takes the ball to push the count full. Joe Skyleman with 2 RBIs, 2 RBI double in Game 1 on April 24th of that doubleheader. Swings and chops this one foul, 3rd base side. Tossed a couple of scoreless innings, 2 1/3 innings overall over the 2 games last year that he pitched in. Has a 4.03 ERA through 8 2/3 innings this season. 13 Ks, 6 walks. At the plate right now, trying to continue the 7th. He swings and misses for strike 3. Another 1-2-3 inning for Logan Schneider. He has retired each of the last 9 hitters that he's faced in order, 3 of them via strikeouts, including each of these last 2 hitters. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Eastmont can pick up their first win of the season with 1 run. And we'll be back in a moment here on the NCWLIFE Channel.
The road can be a crazy place. Uh-oh! That's why Les Schwab Tires fixes brakes, steering, and more. And those guys don't. Ugh, keep driving. I'm just glad Les Schwab puts my safety first, so I can backseat drive with confidence.
At the Les Schwab Spring Tire Sale, save up to $150 when you buy select tires with financing. Les Schwab Tires, celebrating 70 years of doing the right thing.
When you call Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, you're calling on 35 plus years of experience in the Wenatchee Valley. Spending extra time in your home, you may have discovered an unwanted aroma. Stinky feet, pets, who knows what. Call Dick's today about installing their Train Clean Effects electronic air cleaner or a Rheem Halo ultraviolet air purifier. Either way, the air quality in your home will be improved. Proudly servicing all of North Central Washington, call 884-6444 today.
Well, we begin the bottom of the 7th inning, a tied ball game. 2-2 our score as Kellen Leonard leads things off. Both teams with one base hit so far. Tyler Skyleman has been on the hill the entire time for Wenatchee. He's been superb as he deals a strike. It's quickly 0-2 to Kellen Leonard. 0 for 1 picked up a sacrifice fly in the 4th inning to drive in the first run of the day for Eastmont. They wouldn't have to wait long for the second. A wild pitch would score the next one. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Skyleman opens the bottom of the 7th with a strikeout. 7th strikeout of the ball game. He struck out at least one man in every inning except for the 5th. Colin Babst up to the dish now. Trying to break this tie. He checks his swing but fouls the ball away. Today's broadcast is being brought to you by Save Mart. Shop smart, shop local. Providing outstanding value and service since 1962. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. That breaking ball darting away. No balls and 2 strikes to the right-handed hitting right fielder Babs, trying to avoid his 3rd strikeout of the day. Skyleman gives him a little bit of heat upstairs for ball 1. 1-2 the count, a 2-2 ball game. The right-hander kicks and fires. Swung on to the left of the mound. It's going to be a tough play. Gobbled up by England. He fires to first, and it is not in time because the throw drove Brownlee off of first base. So an infield single for Colin Babst. That's the importance. He just made contact with 2 strikes on him. Hits a ball to the left side. That was a tough play for England. Fired over to first. And as a result, the winning run is on the base paths for Eastmont. Jet Llewellyn can win it here. He takes a ball. 2-2 game with the only runs all coming across in that 4th. 2 in the top half for Wenatchee, 2 in the bottom half for Eastmont. Toss over to first to check on Babs, and he's back with a dive. Today's broadcast of Wenatchee versus Eastmont is being brought to you by Confluence Health. High-quality care close to home. Confluence Health is dedicated to improving their patients' health with safe, high-quality care in 12 communities. Skyleman from the stretch misses inside to Jet Llewellyn. 0 for 2 with a ground out back to Skyleman back in the 2nd. And a pop out to right field to open up that 5th inning. Just a couple of hits on the board for Eastmont today. A single by Mosseth in the 5th. A single by Babst in the 7th. There's a strike on the inside edge. Wallen, the shortstop, with a couple of nice plays defensively in this one. Checks his signs with third base coach and head coach Darren Hoff. Steps back in, batting from the right side. Runner takes off from first. That's a hit and run as the ball's chopped over toward third. Handled by Christensen. His only play is first, and he'll send it over there. Babst moves into scoring position, but Wenatchee gets the 2nd out of the frame. 2 away. on the hit and run. That works out well, and that moved Babst into scoring position. But now Tyson Mosseth has to deliver here to give Eastmont a victory, unless we're going to go to the 8th inning. Here in the bottom of the 7th with 2 outs and a runner at second base. Skylerman deals in, almost clipped him inside with the fastball. Mosseth began this game on the rubber. 3 innings without any runs allowed until he got into the 4th. Back-to-back walks, exited after the second one, and both runs would come around to score on Isaac England's single. Swing and a miss. Moves the count to 1-1 strike to Mosseth. He picked up Eastmont's first hit of the ball game back in the 5th. An infield single, which at first looked like it might be ruled an error. Takes a strike here. One ball, 2 strikes. A chance to win the game with a base hit here. Mosseth against Skylerman. Babst off of second. Takes his lead. The pitch swung on, hit to the right side, into right field. Babst is rounding third. The throw coming home is a strong one, and it nails him at the plate. Let's play more baseball. On to the 8th inning after a great throw from right field. Smith sending that one into Beyer on the money. We'll go to the 8th. It's a 2-2 ball game, and we'll be back after these messages on the NCWLIFE Channel.
It has really been a great partnership between Succession and NCWLIFE. It's not always easy to sit in front of a camera or a microphone, but you guys have made it a really nice process.
It's a little scary at first, right? You're just throwing money out there hoping it comes back. And to see those results come back through and see people walk through the door and say, hey, saw your TV advertisement. Those are the kinds of things that you see the return on. And when you look at the cost spent, you know you're making a return on it. NCWLIFE really does a great job of exposing our brand and Succession wines to North Central Washington. There's a huge market here and market potential that NCWLIFE is able to help us capture, spread who we are, and tell the world about what Succession does, and they are a great avenue for that.
Well, 2 hits in the bottom of the 7th inning for Eastmont, and they looked like there was going to be enough to walk off this one at Wenatchee's home park. A base hit to right field by Tyson Mosseth. Colin Babst got the wave around third base, was heading home, and all it took was a fantastic throw from right fielder Evan Smith home to Luke Beyer. On one hop, Beyer gloved it, and he had Babst by a mile as he was able to hold on to the ball and complete the out. Eastmont did not have a hit through the first 4 innings, but looked like they might be able to walk it off right there. But instead, we will head to the 8th inning. And why not here for the Wildcats? They'll keep Schneider on the hill. He's been fantastic so far. 4 scoreless innings of relief for him. And he will toe the rubber as we begin the 8th inning. James Butler, the number 8 hitter, to lead things off. Preston Brownlee's on deck. Tyler Skylerman is in the hole. It remains to be seen if he will pitch in the bottom half, as the first pitch is swung on, lofted softly to center. Richards is in to two-hand that one for the first out here in the 8th inning. 1 away. That continues this remarkable stretch. 10 consecutive hitters retired in order by Logan Schneider. In the bottom of the 7th inning, rather. No runs, the 2 hits, and 1 man left on base. Eastmont has only left 2 on. They've collected 3 hits in this game. Wenatchee has been limited to just 1 hit. Tyler Skylerman went 4 1/3 hitless innings before allowing a base hit to Mosseth. Mosseth has 2 hits against him today. Now it's Preston Brownlee stepping up to the plate. Swing and a miss. Ball gets away from him to complete the strikeout. It's tossed over to first base. And there's 2 away now. Brownlee retired. Back to the top of the order. Skylerman stepping up. An exciting game. Not a ton of offense so far, but lots of action all around. Patience has paid off in this one, especially on the Wenatchee end. They've drawn 5 walks in this game. 3 of those came in that 2-run 4th inning. This ball is smoked out toward left center field. Richards has a beat on it and makes the grab. It's a 1-2-3 8th inning. 5 scoreless for Logan Schneider, and the Wildcats are looking to see if they can get their reliever the victory. We head to the bottom of the 8th in a moment, and we'll be back here after these messages on the NCWLIFE Channel.
The new Hummer EV is everything you want in an all-electric vehicle. It's powerful, reliable, comfortable, and will take you anywhere you want to go, on-road or off. Why buy one of those lesser EVs when you can have one that uses them for traction? Order your Hummer pickup or SUV today from Sangster Motors, batteries included.
Consecutive hitters in a row retired on the mound by Logan Schneider. He has been phenomenal. 5 scoreless innings of relief. He's due up 3rd this inning. Nate Whitehall to get things started. The catcher is 0 for 2 today as he heads out to the plate. And the first offering to him is just off the plate for ball 1. Tyler Skyleman has only allowed 2 runs today, and he remains on the rubber here for the 8th inning as this second pitch is lofted to right field. Moving over and reading the wind is Smith. He makes the grab. Out number 1 here of the frame. Still a 2-2 game, bottom of the 8th. Boy, Smith in right field made a heck of a play for that final out of the 7th inning. Evan Smith had a ball hit toward him in right field as he charged in. A ball hit between first and second by Tyson Mossa. Smith on the run, came in. His first pitch is fouled away by Bryant. Smith came in, grabbed it on the run, flipped it home as Colin Babst was rounding third and heading home. And Smith got him at the plate for a huge out. Second pitch, a high hopper over toward third. Christensen has it, flips to first, bang, bang, play, not in time. Brownlee driven off the bag on that throw, and it's an infield single for Skylar Bryant. So Eastmont has a base runner here with 1 out in the bottom of the 8th inning. Time called. There's a discussion now between both umpires. Wenatchee head coach Josh Irvin wanted them to chat about that play. It was really close. Christensen, as he was making the transfer from his glove to his hand to throw it, flipped it over, and you knew it was going to be close because of the speed of Bryant down the line. After further review between Jeff Levin and Don Burt signaling a moment ago that the runner is safe. So Bryant is aboard, and Schneider, who's been so solid in relief today, has a chance to perhaps win this game right here. Stepping up to the plate with a runner at first base. Slight lead for Bryant. Tyler Skyleman has really had to gut out these last few innings after retiring each of the first 9 hitters in order. Gets a swing and a miss. Skyleman punched out 7 hitters through the first 7 innings. He's got 1 out in the 8th inning. Wenatchee, the road team, as Eastmont bats in the bottom of the 8th inning in a 2-2 ball game. No scoring for either team since the 4th. Wenatchee got 2 in the top half. Eastmont responded with 2 of their own. There's a ball to make it 1-1. Runner off at first base is Bryant after the infield single. It's his second time aboard today, reached on an error back in the 6th. Skyleman wheels and fires to first. Brownlee never tagged him. Runs in the 4th inning, both teams scoring on back-to-back walks. Byer and Schooler walked for Wenatchee to open the 4th. 2 batters later, a 2 RBI single by Isaac England. But Eastmont would respond as this pitch misses inside. Schneider backs off. He drew a leadoff walk in the 4th. Richards followed with a walk of his own. Both runners moved up 90 feet on a sac bunt, then a sac fly by Cowan Leonard, and then a wild pitch scored Richards to tie it up. Logan Schneider is 0 for 1, walked and scored in that 4th. Takes a strike. That's strike 2 on him. But then he put down that sacrifice bunt back in the 6th inning. Eastmont did not strand any runners in the first 5 innings. Also didn't pick up a base hit until the 5th inning, until there was 1 out. Tyler Skyleman has been on the hill the entire time as he misses down low for a ball. But each of the last 2 innings entering this 8th, the Wildcats have stranded a singular runner each time. For their part, Wenatchee has only stranded 2 runners in this game. They have not put anyone on base since the 4th inning when they scored their 2 runs, and they put 4 runners aboard that frame. Ball hit toward the left side, past the diving attempt of England. Christensen was the first one toward it. England called him off, and it goes into left field for a base hit. Back-to-back hits for the first time in this game by either team. 5 base hits on the day for Eastmont to Wenatchee's 1. Runners at first and second. Richards up to the plate, 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored back in the 4th. Hits this one to right field, and that one drops in front of Smith. Fires it toward home. A strong throw this time. And backing off and staying at third base is Bryant. But that's 3 straight base hits by the Wildcats to load up the bases with 1 out in the bottom of the 8th inning. Richards at first, Schneider at second, and Bryant now to third. And you knew Eastmont wasn't going to try and run on Evan Smith after what he did back in the 7th inning, and that single to shallow right that he came in and was able to throw Babs out at home on. Darren Hoff this time holding up Skylar Bryant at third base. Bases loaded. First pitch is swung on and fouled away by Michael Singleton. 0 for 2 on the day. Put down a sacrifice bunt back in the 4th. Seen 3 different sacrifices in this game by Eastmont. 2 of them sack bunts, and another a sacrifice fly to score their first run of a 2-run 4th inning. It's still 2-2 here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Swung on, hit towards second, hits off of the glove of Joe Skyleman, and that is going to score a run and end this ball game. Eastmont, as the home team at Wenatchee's ballpark, picks up a walk-off victory, and they will celebrate right outside the first base dugout as they pick up a 3-2 win this afternoon at Rec Park. Joe Skyleman tosses a complete game, but is going to pick up the loss here in a 3-2 triumph for Eastmont in one heck of a ball game this afternoon. We'll take a quick break and run through the numbers and wrap this one up after these messages on the NCWLIFE Channel.
Watch Vibrant Living, brought to you by the Wenatchee Valley Senior Activity Center. Find out about programs and activities for ages 50 and over, and meet amazing seniors who contribute to our community. New episodes Sundays at 1:30 p.m., replayed throughout the week on the NCWLIFE Channel.
Connect with us on Networked as we introduce you to the people and organizations who are leading innovation in the region. Get inspired, engaged, and networked right here on the NCWLIFE Channel.
But what a great ball game this afternoon here at Rec Park. And I think there was some question today whether or not we were going to have one, but a good thing we did, because this was a heck of a game today between Wenatchee and Eastmont. It's Eastmont, the home team at Wenatchee's ballpark, picking up a 3-2 extra innings, 8th inning walk-off victory. It was 4 consecutive singles by the Wildcats in the bottom of the 8th inning, with the final one coming from Michael Singleton to wrap up this one and give the Wildcats their first win of this 2022 spring season. That's kind of where they've got to be right now. You pick up that first win and you build on it from there as you try to really establish a little bit of a run here down the stretch. As the Wildcats had not had a win entering today's game. Wenatchee had won 6 in a row, and both of those streaks come to an end here today, and one heck of a thriller, as this was a back-and-forth battle. Wenatchee only had 1 base hit. Eastmont didn't pick up their first base hit until midway through this game. Later, I think it was the 5th inning or so, that they got their final base hit of this one, and they would end up picking. That would be their first hit of many to come from there on out, including the 4 base hits in a row in that 8th inning. A great comeback effort here today. Logan Schneider was fantastic on the hill. He'll pick up the win. He tossed 5 scoreless innings of relief. Both teams started the scoring in that 4th inning, and it started similar for both squads. 2 walks in a row for Wenatchee in the top of the inning. Both those runners would come around to score on an RBI-single from Isaac England. Eastmont had a response, though, in the bottom of the 4th inning as they picked up a couple of walks in a row of their own. A sacrifice bunt and then a sac fly scored the first run, and then Cooper Richards scored on a wild pitch to tie this one up. And tied we would remain until this 8th inning, but of course there was definitely an opportunity in the 7th inning as well, as it looked like a single to right field was going to score Colin Baps, but he was thrown out at home plate on a fantastic defensive play. Toss coming in from right field from Evan Smith to retire him at the plate. And we would go to extras, but Eastmont would not fail the second time as they picked up the walk-off victory. Again, Michael Singleton with the RBI-single, the 4th consecutive single of that 8th inning. And Eastmont picks up its first victory of the season. Well, these two teams will do it again. Same place, same time in a couple of days from now, 3 days away on Friday, and we'll have that action for you here on the NCWLIFE Channel. First game getting started at 4 p.m., and then the second game to follow shortly afterwards. Eastmont and Wenatchee, this time Wenatchee will be the home team. Well, big thank you to everyone for tuning in, and a big thank you to our crew as well today. My line producer, Dan Kuntz, along with Eric Granstrom, van producer, Tucker Wagner, studio producer, Malcolm Whitehall, and running the cameras today, Nate Mann on camera number 1, Matthew Ortiz on camera number 2, and Hunter Mumwa on camera number 3. Thanks for tuning in, everyone, today. I'm Joel Norman saying the final score of this one, Eastmont picks up its first win of the spring season with a 3-2 walk-off victory here in Wenatchee on a road game that was technically a home one for them here this afternoon. Thanks for tuning in today on the NCWLIFE Channel.
Shot and beautiful!
Thanks for watching High School Sports on your home for local high school sports, the NCWLIFE Channel. Today's broadcast was brought to you by Biosports Physical Therapy, Charter College, Confluence Health, Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, Global Car Care, Harvest Valley Pest Control, Les Schwab, One Way Construction, Rivercom 911, Save Mart, and Sangster Motors. Stay with us all year long for high school sports on your local TV station, the NCWLIFE Channel. We now return to regular programming already in progress.